Sound. Checking the sound. Are we live? Let's see. Let's go. We got the chat doc. Let's see. We need to see if the chat is running. Is it running? Are we indeed live? Okay, all right. Welcome to the channel, guys. So sorry I'm late. School does not start for me until 3 weeks, while else all other people are back in school. So we had to do some daddy school, basically, and so got that done, taught the kid, and now we are in the live stream. Now we're back in the cryptoverse. Welcome to the channel, guys. Welcome to Dano Crypto. On the channel, we show you guys how to make simple, effective, and easy moves in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. So before we get started, we want to make sure you guys are smashing the like button, hitting the subscribe button, and dinging the bell to be notified when I go live. And I would very much appreciate it if you guys would share this live stream on X. If you caught the Moon Show this morning, we usually go on Mondays, but we went on today, did a little switch up, and me and Mr. M had a really great conversation. And make sure you guys go back and watch that, because there's some good data and metrics to keep you bullish in the markets regardless of the bearish sideways price action of Bitcoin. So now let's get into some of the housekeeping of the channel. Make sure you guys are need to do the no overlay. I haven't updated my overlay, so I need to update that overlay before I pop it back up, because like as you can see, it says conference overview. The BTC conference is long and gone, and people are already feeling like there is just mass fear in the markets, the fear and greed index. It's going to extreme fear right off the conference, and so it's not the conference's fault. I think the Bitcoin conference a lot of the times gets people overly bullish, and then we end up capitulating a little bit, but it's okay. But yeah, guys, make sure you're using all the links in the description. Make sure you are joining in the Discord. We have over 125 people in the Discord chatting amongst themselves. As what we encourage you guys to do is go and hang out and chat with your friends in here, and you'll find out who is watching this channel, and it's a good way that we can build up this grassroots community from the ground up. And all it takes is for you guys to get to know each other and share your trade setups, your screenshots, your thoughts in the market, your memes, all of that to say, and we will be all acquiring more Bitcoin in the future. So, all right, so let's get into some of the metrics of what's happening with Bitcoin. And Ted Cruz, is super bullish on Bitcoin. I think, back in different political years, Ted Cruz was kind of given a bad rap. And, but now I think that for the fact that he is super bullish on crypto, and he is tributing for it, it's a good sign. So, it gives some more street cred to Ted Cruz. And so let's see what Ted Cruz has to say here. Make sure the volume is. Let me know if the volume and everything is fine. Do weird things, and it shuts off and on. So we have to do the classic unplug it and plug it back in. So sometimes I want to do that with the cryptocurrency markets. Like, can we just unplug it and then plug it back in and see if it works, see if it loads up more? Just unplug it and plug it back in, and it'll work. All right. So once you start to understand about energy, and time and energy and what that actually means, because money in itself, real money is energy. And so the dollar, when it's just printed out of nothing, and there's nothing tied to the sheets and sheets and sheets and sheets of the money press printer, and it's not tied to anything besides to create more debt, then there's no energy in that. There's no actual energy in that. Yes, the printing press, and the money printer obviously used energy to print it, but guess what? It's not the same. It doesn't equate. It's not the same type of energy generated with Bitcoin and what it actually takes to, quote, mine a Bitcoin. It takes more energy, and it's a different type of energy. So this is what you have to think about when it comes to what holding a hard asset and sound asset even means when it comes to Bitcoin. So U.S. Senator Ted Cruz says, what Bitcoin presents is an opportunity in real time to enhance the resilience of our grid, aka energy. Bitcoin is a reservoir of power, a safety blanket for the state of Texas. So let's go and listen to this.
Coincide with electricity generation plummeting. You look at electricity that is generated from wind and solar. You know, it's interesting. California likes to talk a lot about wind energy, but Texas leads the country, is the #1 generator of wind energy. But in a bad weather event, in a winter storm, in a freeze, often the windmills don't blow and the solar panels aren't generating any energy. And so energy production drops at the same time that people are desperately needing energy to either heat their homes or cool their homes. What Bitcoin presents is an opportunity in real time to enhance the resiliency of our grid. Because you can think of Bitcoin miners as a giant battery. That if we have a weather emergency, y'all have the ability to shut these miners off in a matter of seconds. And suddenly the electricity that right now is generating value in a time of emergency can go to keep people's homes hot or cold, depending on what the emergency, can go to power hospitals, can go to power nursing homes. Bitcoin is a reservoir of power, a safety blanket for the state of Texas.
I like that. Sorry, the audio was really bad. Whoever's recording that, I don't know if they were using like a Sony Ericsson flip phone or something like that, but but they're I don't know what they were using, but they were using something. But yeah, but the point. What's going on? Is everyone here? Do we got the people? Do we have the people? Yes, we have the people. We have at least over 10 people. What is going on, guys? Shout out to Aussie Crypto. Shout out to Scuba Gerbil. Paul Parker. What is going on? Kenyatta Laramore. Hopefully I said that right. But shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up to 12. If we got 12 people watching in here, let's make sure you guys are smashing the like button. Today, Mr. M said slap the like button. That got me going. He said slap the like button. So yeah, make sure you guys are slapping, backhanding that like button into oblivion, and we can get this show on the road. All right, so any other bullish news on Bitcoin? Justice Satoshi didn't need to argue his ideas, but wrote code. But you don't need to convince government or corporations. You have the power to use the hardest money in history. So I've always said this, the way that you can vote with your money is you actually, the way you can vote, also by voting, you have to vote, because then if you don't vote, then the whole system collapses, because then there's nothing that is going to keep stability in a form of a democratic republic type of system where the people vote and we try and get the best leader for the job, whether it be for monetary policy, whether it be for foreign policy, whether it be for social program policy. I know you guys, you're like, no social, but look, guess what? That like there's different forms of government meshed together in a synergy that could actually work, as long as there's not government overreach and manipulation. That's the only reason why some, systems don't survive, is because ultimately they get manipulated from the inside, and someone gets greedy, someone gets ego, and it's classic. It's what has happened in almost any good thing that has potential, and it's not always perfect. It has its flaws. And someone takes the flaw and they and then they take advantage of it. They take advantage of the flaw. So what does Bitcoin do? Bitcoin kind of eliminates the ability for that to happen, because in the code, It is programmed as a freedom mechanism for any person. It doesn't matter. You could be a refrigerator. You could be a refrigerator and onboard the biggest money system in the world. So that's what it stands for. So let's watch what Jack Mallers says here.
How do you see the transition to a Bitcoin standard? Because I wrote a book in which I said that we need a big reset to get a new debt-free system. Do you agree?
I don't disagree,
Yeah.
because that would make sense. But I don't agree in the sense that I think that's what we need or has to happen. I mean, the coolest thing about Bitcoin, I like the term opt-out technology, because I don't need to convince anyone else. That's the other thing about Bitcoin. I say, hey, to my buddies, you guys should buy Bitcoin. And they're like, ooh, I'm scared. I'm like, well, that sucks. And I move on. I don't need you to adopt it for me to get benefit from it.
Exactly.
Right? So Bitcoin's opt-out technology,
Wow.
which makes it peaceful, right? But
It's a free choice.
Point being is free choice. So what do I think we need for the world to be on a hard money standard? That's a question for the world, because I'm already on a hard money standard. You know what I mean? So like if Bitcoin goes up, roundabouts 100% year over year, everything in my life has been getting cheaper, half off, 100% growth, 2x. So everything in my life's been getting half off every year for 10 years. So I'm on a hard money standard. I live with peace. I live with love. I live with truth. I live with self-agency and with me. And I live with a money that enables me to take benefit from all the innovation of humans and all the growth. People are building AI and shit. So everything in my life gets cheaper and cheaper the better humans innovate. So I don't know. You should ask someone who's on a weak money standard what it's going to take for them. But that's the beautiful thing is like, I don't need the government to say we're going back on the gold standard. All I do is take out my phone and say I'm done with this shit.
So,
Bam! I love it. That's the mic drop for Jack Mallers, is that, look, you can choose. That's what's so great about it, is that the fact that you are able to choose and make the choice. That's what Bitcoin is. I was getting into this conversation with my wife, and my wife, she was had a question. She had a valid question. She watched a video, and it was a video that was explaining how, the whole agenda of the IMF and the WIF and all of the monetary worldly funds that are trying to set up a potential agenda of a world government, where they say you're not going to own anything and you'll own nothing and you'll like it. You basically saying that the state and the government owns the assets and they control how much you can use of it and what you can and cannot do, whether it be how much heat you generate in your house or how much energy you generate in your house, what car you can drive, how many miles you're going to be able to drive that car. That is basically, we know that by reading these documents and reading the documents of these institutions and these world monetary funds and the Fed and all that is essentially where the agenda is leading, to where they can have ultimate control and pick and choose who is going to have the ability to spend said currency, world currency. And this particular person said it would be something called Unity coin or something like that. And so my wife asked the question, well, what's the point of Bitcoin if they're going to, quote, force us to use said Unity coin? And I said, okay, valid question. Here's what is going to happen. There's going to be Bitcoin crypto cities, okay? You ever heard the term of this is a Bitcoin city, a meta city, where the only way that you're going to be able to get into the meta city and the Bitcoin friendly city or area is that you own Bitcoin. So what it does is it puts you in a rank of people and value, just like if you were to have been a family that was born into royal land ownership, like from the royal family, or you were like the Carnegie, or you were the New York billionaire investment fund baby that has property in Manhattan, and it's just been handed to you This is how Bitcoin is going to operate in the future, where there is going to be just certain levels of echelon existing that is only going to be attainable by people who own Bitcoin, okay? So what you have to think about is that there's going to be people that are going to pay you premium for your Bitcoin because you have one Bitcoin. A premium. Before, Bitcoin was offered at a discount. Now think about Bitcoin being offered as a premium. It is the hardest asset you could have. It's like pieces of the Mona Lisa, but even stronger than pieces of fractional of the Mona Lisa. It's because you can't take pieces of the Mona Lisa and send it to someone in Africa or in Switzerland or in Australia. No, this is where you have the opportunity and the ability and the free will to set up a Bitcoin address and hold that thing as a monetary source of value and energy to then be able to transfer that value and energy anywhere across the world, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365, doesn't matter if it's 2 a.m. where you are and 5 a.m. wherever the hell you're going to be sending it to. So the question and the answer to that question is, what if they try and make us use what blah, blah, blah? It doesn't matter at that point. You have Bitcoin. If they want to try and force us to use whatever blah, 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 FD, FUSD, DUSD, CBDD, CBCD, doesn't freaking matter because you have Bitcoin. I can trade my Bitcoin for a good and service all around the world if someone is accepting Bitcoin, and they do not have to accept the CBDC or whatever the hell it is that is on the other side that a government is trying to force us to use. Guess what? If you don't use it, you don't participate in the system, it's not going to work. They would have to forcefully bring a gun to your head and say, you're going to use this or we're going to kill you. Guess what? You're in a totalitarian, fascist, communist society, and you're not in a free society. So at that point, you have more things to worry about than just having your Bitcoin. Now, did I scare you off? Did I scare you guys off? I hope I didn't. No, I didn't. I'm gaining more traction. Let's go. Because this is the stuff that we need to actually start talking about. This is what people need to stop being so afraid of talking about and get in the damn streets and start saying, look, we're done. We are not going to participate in this BS system because it's destroying itself from the inside out. It is like a virus, and it will not stop printing its cancerous sheets of money into the system until you stop using it. This is why the companies and the institutions like Michael Saylor and Larry Fink with BlackRock, they are putting this dirty money into the hard money because they understand by a point of inflection and parabola movement, we are going to start getting so further away from being able to acquire a Bitcoin at these prices. This is where we're at. This is where we're at. It is a choice. No, if you don't make the choice, guess what? Then yes, the government will make that choice for you. And I 100% guarantee that the government and the state does not have your best interest in mind. They don't. It is not the reality. So you have to get a reality check. It's time to start orange pilling hard. Because guess what? It's not getting any better for the dollar. And we know that to be true. All right, so with that being said, interesting enough, when you start to see things like gold breaking out and hard money assets going up in value like gold and silver, this is the tell. Want to move silver to right here so we can go back and forth between gold and silver. All right, so when you look at silver, And we're going to get into crypto in just a little bit, guys, but I just wanted to really, we're going to get into the Bitcoin price. We're going to get into some stuff here. And I just want you guys to look at what happened with silver. Silver's at $27 an ounce. We're sitting at levels of silver right here, close to where we were at support here. We made a higher low on silver. The last time we had an all-time high breakout on silver is when we had the 2008 financial crash. And Bitcoin, out of this, in 2009 was created. And so out of all of this, silver went to its all-time highs. Now, you could speculate, okay, it took about 2008, so 2009, 10, it took about 3 years for it to break out. Now, if you were to take from that low point and from this higher low and speculate into where I think we could have a massive breakout on silver, this one's a little bit longer time trajectory of 5 years into 2025. But I truly believe in 2025, towards the third and fourth quarter, that silver is actually going to be potentially breaking its all-time highs and not getting rejected here. We went into a bear market after here. That will be getting into the range between $50 and $60 an ounce for silver. Now, it's because you can, I mean, look at the chart. Look at where we just were, bottomed out on the RSI. We bottomed out on the RSI here at $8 an ounce, and we're at the same bottom RSI of it being at $19 an ounce. So that just, come on, you got to look at the chart. Silver is going to break out. So just watch silver, watch gold, and watch what happens with Bitcoin. This is what's going to happen when we start to see these things really start breaking out. You start to see what the money starts doing. And I want to show you this chart. Look at this chart. It is a cup and handle on the monthly and the weekly where we've been getting... Look at those candles of those wicks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times we tried to test up into this level, and now we had a perfect opportunity for liquidity to get grabbed against this trend line on Bitcoin, and now we are primed to start going above these levels. And why? Because exchange is expected to run out of Bitcoin 9 months after the halving, okay? Then we have the halving cycles previous that it takes a year for Bitcoin to see its all-time parabolic highs after the halving. And so when you do your math and you do your due diligence, study this, and then you can go as far as taking it a step further down into the alts and the alt season, and what happens when Bitcoin hits that parabolic move, then retraces, money goes into Ethereum, money goes from Ethereum into all the other altcoins and speculative altcoins, aka Solana. Then this is how something like BNB was able to get to $600 in the previous bull market, and you study BNB and what happened with smart contracts and DeFi summer, then this is how you can speculate a little bit of your portfolio into the blue chip altcoins that we know of this particular trend and run is the memes, AI, and gaming. Memes, AI, gaming. Very simple narrative to follow. And the example of that trend here is that the 24-hour volume on these coins are insane. Dogecoin being one of them, and Pepe having almost close to $1 billion in trading volume in the past 24 hours. Now it's at half, but just when we were having peak prices and Pepe just scouring all-time highs, this thing was at $1 billion in trading volume. Okay, so this is just from a meme. So these are the narratives that you need to follow, and you need to study it. You need to study what's happening with Solana and how just from this dip of $112 went right back up into $150 range to show strength. And I think if you study BNB, the same thing is going to be happening with Solana in terms of the price movement going up into $500. We're forming a cup and handle pattern on the monthly and the weekly for Solana as well. Great portion of a move that I think will go back and test up into its all-time high, close to its all-time high, $262. And once we break that, we start to see the rotation from the meme profit taking back into Sol once we start to get some movements. And I think what is going to actually, oddly enough, be the catalyst for Solana to move is Ethereum. Now, why do I say this? Is because Ethereum has its ETF trading. I think what happened with Bitcoin on the ETF trading made a parabolic move of 85% after the inflow started to go ham and the institutions going ham on the ETFs, regardless of the outflows. The inflows at that point was enough to push Bitcoin to its all-time highs before the halving. So this is what I think is going to be happening with Ethereum. If you look at the weekly, the RSI looks good. We didn't get oversold, which means that on this dip right here, we still have these institutions picking up Ethereum, and they're trying to scoop up enough to be able to handle the inflows of the ETF trading. And once they understand that Ethereum is true yield of a proof of stake mechanism instead of proof of work, and how many different layer 2s they can start getting into to be able to stake this ETH and get different ETH rewards and yield, this thing is going to absolutely crush up past all-time highs, which was at $4,800. You top of the band here is at $5,000, and we can start to see a run up here. That will be the catalyst for the rest of the altcoin market and the strong memes. This is where you're going to see the strong memes reveal themselves. You're going to also see the strong AI coins. You're going to see the strong gaming coins. You're going to see a lot of these things, and I want you to make sure you are catching which ones are recovering the fastest and also which ones are going up the fastest in trading volume when Ethereum starts to break in all-time highs, because then that's your key. That's the way that you're going to be able to find the best projects to hold into the peak pricing of the bull market, which is when altcoin season starts to crush in, where we start to see Bitcoin and Ethereum start to get more traction. This is just a classic market cycle of shakeouts, and then retail is not coming in. Just like the title said, retail is not coming in until they see 80K. It's a psychological number in everyone's brains that once 80K hits, it's going to be like retail's going to say, okay, I waited way too long. I gotta buy some. And then they're going to realize that the supply shock is it's inevitable. They might not realize it, but then the exchanges are going to realize it, and then they're going to start charging every single retail person that comes in a premium, because now Bitcoin is past 100K and there's not enough to go around. It will happen. It will happen, guys. And make sure you guys go to danielcurtishughes.com to check out the newly updated website. So I want you guys to check this out because it's super awesome. It's super awesome. I made a Bitcoin trivia machine. Right when you hit the landing page, you have to do this Bitcoin trivia machine. So what is Bitcoin? Well, it's a type of cryptocurrency. Who created Bitcoin? Satoshi Nakamoto. What is the maximum supply of Bitcoin? It's 21 million Bitcoin. What technology underpins Bitcoin? Quantum computing. So it's blockchain. What is a Satoshi? It's the smallest unit of Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin mining? All right, so it's the process of verifying Bitcoin transactions. When was Bitcoin created? 2009. Which is a popular Bitcoin wallet? Facebook. No, I'm just kidding. Coinbase. What is a Bitcoin halving? So it's an event that reduces the reward for mining by half. All right, what is the symbol for Bitcoin? BTC. All right. Yes. We want a Bitcoin. All right, guys, make sure you go to the website and you play that game. And if anyone wants to learn a little bit about Bitcoin, send them to this website and they can do this little trivia machine and they can start to get orange pilled by Dano Crypto. Really do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the live stream and tuning into these live streams regularly if you do. And make sure you are subscribed. You're following me on X and all that stuff. And make sure you're using the links in the description. We are still running the treasure giveaway. Honestly, this thing is awesome. Like I have Bitcoin. I sent some Bitcoin onto this thing, and it's really cool. You know, obviously, if this thing does get destroyed, and as long as you have the seed phrase, then you can install your wallet on a brand new treasure. And you should be able to also probably access it through their online dashboard, I think, as well. But safest way is through your own dashboard. They use Tor networking and Tor browsing to run their node through, which is really awesome. And so, yeah, if you guys want to still go, I think we're going to run this campaign probably till the end of the month, and then we're going to end this campaign so we can start a new one. So if you guys really want to jump on this and you want to earn rewards, get some bonus deposit rewards while also getting entered into this giveaway, this is a good chance to do so. Especially when the markets are doing what it's doing, because you can make money going up or make money going down. So, all right, make sure you use that referral code. Really do appreciate it. And someone was saying Pepe to the moon or PEIPEI. Yeah, let's look at PEIPEI. So let's check out PEIPEI. Let's look and see what is trading high on volume on Ethereum. We're on Dex Screener right now, guys. And let's see what has the most trading volume in terms of meme coins on the Ethereum chain. All right, so we're going to check PEIPEI. Now, PEIPEI is at a $62 million market cap right now. I think this is a great consolidating chart and price action chart. We've had multiple different wedges. We got an ascending megaphone wedge that came out, broke all-time high. We had some whale sell-off and some sell-off that normally happens in these projects. You always got the big, early adopters that end up either sticking with the project and they don't sell at all. They're just like super convicted. But most of the time when you get in early like that and you end up where you're like up a couple mil, you're going to scrape some off the top, and that's usually what ends up consolidating the price because it is indeed a whale wallet. So then what happens is that the community comes in and says, okay, let's buy it back up. Let's see what happens. Those same whales might end up coming back into the project, and then it ends up sustaining a sideways chart until we either see the thing go down to the ground to zero and no one gives a crap about it anymore, or it starts to gain community support back up and you get the momentum going. This is when I think Da Vinci Jeremy, shout out to Da Vinci, who actually became the ambassador for PEIPEI and endorsed them and endorsed support, went on their spaces, and has been actively talking about PEIPEI for a little bit now. And so started to get some good price action going up. We had a bull flag, breakout bull flag, and another little regression trend to break a new all-time high at 6 zeros, 39.67. And so now, because the entire meme market and a lot of the market has been crashing, we've had most of the projects looking like this, where we had the big dip on Bitcoin and also on Ethereum. And when you have this happening, especially when you have your project is on Ethereum and you have a big market dump, even on Ethereum, then you end up getting some price consolidation that looks a little bit like this. And so now what's interesting is that we're doing this nice little thing where we're breaking up, trying to test the markets here, and I think could be a good opportunity, good buy-in range. This is a great buy-in range because hitting all-time highs is a 2x, is actually a 3x from its point right now. So, and the fact that we've already seen the project break new all-time highs 3 different times here in a span of just 2 months, going from the beginning of, or actually in just 1 month, gaining a lot of traction. So the reason why I gained support on this particular project, because I'm curious to see what it's going to do with the laxing of China on China's lax attitude on crypto going into quarter 1 2025. I think it's speculated that China is going to allow more mining operations, that they're actually going to allow Bitcoin mining. They're going to allow for retail adoption for certain institutions to be able to invest in crypto. And so with that being said, I think that this could be a key outlier of meme coins that have been a derivative of Pepe that has that can stand the test of time. And hey, I could be wrong. This thing could absolutely go to zero. But I am betting that if we hold our bags up into that profit taking point of the Q1 2025, which is like January, February, March of next year, I believe this thing could be at a $2 billion market cap. And from where we're sitting right now at a $62 million market cap, for it to go to $2 billion, that is a 10, 15x. I mean, that's a massive, massive move. And so projects like Brett have been able to do this at very early, and in just 6 months, go from a $30-40 million market cap to a $1.6 billion market cap coin without it being listed on the exchange that's been basically pushing it. In the company Coinbase has been officially, unofficially onboarding people with Brett. And so this could be the onboarder for the Chinese market, and also people that are here in America and other countries that are tuned in to the meta narrative that is the Matt Furrier tokens and the meme culture and the top narrative that has been the obvious play in 2023, which is Pepe, now leading into the rest of the character line, and then going forth into that thesis. And so I got some people in the chat saying, what do you think about altcoin? So I actually altcoin, I'm going to test also of accumulating more orc and waffles on just the backs of the trust on Da Vinci and his calls, because if you guys know Da Vinci, I mean, you look at the thumbnail. He's in my thumbnail. I got an opportunity to meet him. I feel like he's a good guy, and he means well, and he's been in this space for a long time. He's been making videos on YouTube for the past 14 years, and he's made his billions. He's made his millions, and he's still providing content and still trying to, help the community in learning about this, whether it be meme coins, whether it be the narrative, the narratives to follow, and to keep reminding you that Bitcoin is still the money and it's still the play, even 13 years after him calling it so long ago. So this is why I have trust in Da Vinci, and I met him personally and was able to vibe him out, and he actually came to my crypto meetup, and so I have some faith in what he is presenting as some potential big movers when we start to go into Solana being $500 and mentioning Solana. Both of the coins that I'm mentioning, Orc and Waffles, are on Solana. So you have to you gotta sometimes play the riskier plays and see what can happen. And so Orc is purely speculative, meme coin. I'm sure they'll have some utility and some cool things to get involved with. But the fact that they got Da Vinci on support is a good check mark, a good checklist. And then we got Waffles, and this market cap is super low, $6 million market cap. Very degen-y market cap, but I'll tell you what, when you start to find something that's under 10 million and the thing can elite, and then it starts to go to like 100 million, that's your opportunity where you can scoop off some profits off the top, get a little bit more Solana, and all of a sudden you got 1-2 Sol and a moon bag to sit on, and then Solana starts to creep up to $1,000. You literally just gave yourself a $1,500 extra in Sol, now built a moon bag, and can decide if you want to go back into that project or not, if it survives the test of time of the run of the bull market. So it's really interesting how you can do this strategy. And a lot of the times, if you can do that and successfully, but all it takes is good timing, then you can be very successful in accumulating more of your blue chips. Now, I love this chart. This is a great chart. I love this chart. It's a really great M pattern right here. Got that boom, Boom. And then I would love to see a break into some all-time highs. And it's great that it almost broke all-time highs right here. Got a little bit of resistance, but nothing crazy. And the fact that Waffles is a utility coin, and the fact that they have a swap, they also have verify that I'm not a robot. I'm indeed a meat popsicle. Stairs, yes, stairs, cool. All right, so Waffles has a meme studio where you can actually, I don't know if it's launched yet, but they're building this studio where you can make a meme cartoon like instantly by maybe putting in a prompt or something like that, or an image or something. And I don't know if it's launched yet, but DaVinci's been talking about it. We'll have to talk more to DaVinci, and maybe he can give us more of the scoop, and we can make a whole separate video on it. But the fact that this is building utility off of the meme of DaVinci's cat Waffles, I love it. It's a great way. If you've been following DaVinci for a long time, you'll know that he has his Davitars, and that's his NFT collection. And what he's used that as a utility is that when you hold a Davitar, you get discounts on like anything that he's involved with. You get access to his meetups. Like you just like, if there's like a meetup that he's doing and it costs whatever, like $100 or something like that to go in, like you're going to get in for free, so it's things like that where if you can have a project that also has a building utility towards your brand and making it basically almost like a RWA, like you're the RWA, you're the real world asset, and you're monetizing it through the meta. It's really cool. So so this is why I'm following these two projects, and shout out to DaVinci for giving us the early access, so then we can, add this to more of our speculative bags, man. So this is the only thing is that like, you don't want to be so spread so thin. You really want to narrow down your picks to about a 10 to 15 coin list. And so that you're not just like everywhere, like I said, guys, like the narratives right now are the memes, it's AI and it's gaming. And then all of that is powered by the blue chip layer 1, layer 2 coins, whether it be Solana, Chainlink, and Tron. Like you think of Tron, and Tron's doing a lot of stuff in the background too. They have the biggest stablecoin market in the entire space, so you got to like keep that on the radar too. You just got to know your narratives and know what is powering those narratives on the back end, and then that's how you can build your bags, and that's how you go, okay, I'm going to hold some Solana, I'm going to hold some Tron, I'm going to hold some Dogecoin, I'm going to hold the best trading memes that have lasted the test of crypto Twitter in the past year and a half, what has been garbage and what is not, what has the most centralized exchange support, what has the best decentralized exchange volume. You can look at all this and do this research and build up a nice list of 10 to 15 coins and then stick with it. And then just stick with them. Because if you keep just chucking your money and $50 here, $50 there at these plays of what's the next 100x gem, you're gambling at that point, and it's really, there's no point of doing that. And this is what does it. Crypto Twitter. You go on crypto Twitter and look, I guarantee you, if I probably went down and went like, there's going to be someone that says, I found the next 1000x gem. It's like, no, the hell you didn't. Shut the hell up. No, you didn't. Stop it. Just stop. Talk about the coin that you were already saying is the play. Some are 100% guilty of doing that. It's so annoying. Like, I'm not going to tell you that I found the next 100x gem, because guess what? It's not there. I already found them. I've been talking about them for 6 months. So that's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. And you'll end up crying because you kept throwing your money at all these other crypto Twitter garbage coins instead of finding the one that could be the pick, could be the play. Now, hey, I could be wrong. You could say, hey, you're condescending and you're talking about one right now, but guess what? I've been talking about it for a couple months. So I don't, and can do the same way. So I'm telling you, it's Brett, it's Kendu Inu, Pepe. Now the strongest Pepe derivative, which has actually been PEIPEI, and then PONKE. You go back in my streams. Go back in my streams and watch these. Watch what I've talked about. And it's been generally the same narrative. It's been the same narrative. Maybe there's been one or two coins that kind of came up and I was like, okay, I'll start talking about it. But I'll tell you straight up, it ain't because I'm getting paid to talk about them. I talk about these coins because I like them. And I'm doing the research. I'm studying the narratives. And this is what you have to do. So, but it's just, this is how you have to go into this market. You can't go into this market with a casino type mentality. Like, look at Moonshot. Moonshot right now. Look, I just go look at all this. Look at all this. Yes, you could throw $20 in here and create free, magic internet money. I understand this. But you know what is going to really keep crypto strong and have a solid narrative last is that if you stop giving these coins your money and give them to the projects that are actually going to work for it, and they're investing that money that you're putting into it back into the project, and it's not going to pay some Jeet in a garage or in a basement his 3-4x payout. No thanks. I don't want to do that. Because that's the reality. That's mostly the reality. Like Kabbalah Harris, all of these different random coins that are going to look like this, and it's just, come on. Very simple. You could go to CoinMarketCap and you could click on memes, and then you can just go like this. You can go 24-hour volume, and now look. Here you go. I've just revealed to you literally the top coins that have kept the traction through the noise because they've gotten centralized exchange support. They've had community support. Look, Brett, MAGA, MOG, PopCat, Turbo. Turbo was from the last. Turbo was beginning 2023 with their NFT project, and now Turbo has stood the test of time. Book of Meme had major FUD and also had the blunder of the person who created it did something stupid. I don't even remember what it was. Do you guys remember? Something was even with this was some type of weird thing that happened with the launch of Book of Meme. And it stood the test of time. Same thing with Bonk. Bonk was the airdrop token that was on the phone, on the Solana phone. Floki from the previous cycle has stood the test of time because it's building a community and it has a metaverse, it has a video game, it has utility now into it. Shiba Inu. Surprisingly, dog with hat. Then you got Pepe and Dogecoin. Now just right here, and look, PONKE right under there, PONKE. So this is how you can see which coins are actually being traded volume-wise, and also go into these. And these actually, even though the trading volumes are really high, some of these might have perpetuals, some of them might not. Some of them might be just spot listed. But the fact of the matter is that the reason why they're in the top is because they have the most holders. Like, they have over 20,000 holders. They have over 30,000 holders. Like, Pepe has now, I mean, how many holders does Pepe have now? Pepe has a substantial amount of holders, and it started to increase substantially. Let's go to the market cap because I think it's at the top. Yeah, Pepe. Let's see. Is it going to give me the holder count? No, not on this one. I have to go to Dex Tools to get the holder count, or we just go to EtherScan as well. If you ever just want to, like get the raw data, just copy the address and go into EtherScan. So we'll just do that right now. EtherScan, and we'll go to We'll type in this, and we got Pepe. Token tracker, Pepe. All right, there. Okay, I was close. I was because I was gonna say I didn't want to say the wrong number. So Pepe right now has over 273,000 holders. That's amazing. And so now what I love speaking of holders, you go into something like Kendu Inu. See if we can. This thing. We can. Oh, we might have to get the address. We'll go here. Go back here. Let's go to Dex Tools. Dex Tools will give us the holder count on the side, I believe. All right, so then go to Kendu. And this was 5 months ago. Okay, 5 months ago. It looks like, so we have a version 1 and a version 2 of the liquidity pool on Kendu. So we're going to look at the 5-month version. We'll look at this, the original liquidity pool. And okay, so we have 13,000 holders for Kendu Inu. And look at that nice M pattern. I love that. I'm liking this. Is BTC ripping? Oh, okay. I was like, thank you for the reminder. I was like, I'm talking about these meme coins, and let's look at the Bitcoin chart. Oh man, okay. We just got a nice little reversal here. Looked like the volume started to pick up. Okay. Awesome. That's great. That is great. All right, so let's see. Let's look at the chart. Let's look at the chart on Bitcoin. Let's look at the Bitstamp chart. Okay, it looks like we're trying to push back up to the 200-day moving average, which is right here. We're trying to trade back up into that 200-day moving average. If we do indeed get a push over the 200-day moving average, we already crossed the 20 SMA, so we could be crushing back up to this level to 62,000 actually here very soon. I mean, look at this volume right now, guys. Volume is looking really good. Volume area profile looking like it crossed already the VBPR, and looks like we could be pushing over what was this regression trend here on this flag, pushing it back up to that 62, and it's just running right now, guys. Bitcoin is just running. It's running hard. It's almost up 2% on the 45-minute here. We go to the 4-hour. Look at this candle on the 4-hour. It just pushed up almost 3%. Look at this candle, guys. This is amazing. Looking good. Smash up the likes if you guys have been watching the stream and you're watching Bitcoin crush it before our eyes, right before our eyes. All right. So, oh yeah, we've mentioned waffles, we've mentioned Dork, we've mentioned all the best projects we think are going to pump for this bull run. Yes, it could be programmed. It could be programmed, but we're trusting in Da Vinci. We're gonna throw a soul or two in there and see what happens. I think that's the best thing you can do is just you don't want to throw the farm at it, but you do want to throw a pig or two. I don't know if that analogy has ever been used, but damn, that was a good one. You don't want to sell the farm, but you might throw a pig or two at it. We got Yoga with the Ohmies. Shout out to everyone who is watching the stream. Shout out to Mr. X. And guys, if you want to directly support the channel, we have added a new QR code. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we did add a new QR code. And if you're wondering what that QR code is, it is just a a Bitcoin address. And if you want to, you can donate sats to that address to keep the cause going, which is these live streams going every single day, Monday through Friday, pretty much. And yeah, it's just a way if you want to donate some sats to the cause. We don't have any paid groups. We don't have any, you know, we're not super shilly, so we do our best. But yeah, it's just a way you can directly support the channel. And if you haven't been following me yet on X, we have our X handle right there at DanoCrypto904. And speaking of X, guys, oh my God, Donald Trump and Elon Musk doing their spaces. Oh yeah, and I have mentioned Kakinu. I think that is the play for AVAX memes. So if I know it's been a while since we actually mentioned anything about AVAX. You know, we do think that AVAX is going to go over $100 in the bull run, in the full bull run, because we got the teaser of AVAX of what the potential of where it kind of is, where it's going, but we need to see that partnership play out with Xbox. There was some big game that they were going to release, and it's going to be this big blockchain game. So we got to see what's going on with that. And yes, I do believe that Kakinu, and especially because the name alone, I mean, you just can't deny the fact of the meme ability of that name and the project. And we love chickens too. But yeah, guys, this is what happened. If you didn't know that there was a coordinated attack on this space. So the British government had the audacity to tell us in America that we can't have a phone conversation. This is what this is essentially. It was a conversation, unscripted, held on a social media platform in an open discussion. And the British government has the audacity to tell us that we can't have an open discussion on a social media platform. The audacity, the nerve, the gall of these people. And so guess what? There was a coordinated attack on it. So a DDoS attack was sent. You know how they do this? What they do is they flood the servers. They'll flood the servers with IP addresses, fake IP addresses that can send multiple ends of data into the server, which ultimately crashes the server because there's already millions of people that are trying to tune into this thing. And so what it does is it overloads the server with data, and it can't keep up with it, and eventually it crashes. And so this is how they were able to coordinatedly attack the platform to where they couldn't start for another, like for 45 minutes. They're supposed to start at 8 o'clock, and it would not work. So this just proves to me, and should prove to you, that the powers that be do not want these two people speaking together. They do not want it. And there's no freaking way that Harris would be able to have this open discussion with Elon. And they're welcoming it. They're welcoming it. They're like, look, come on the platforms, come on the shows, come on these things so you can talk to the people. She will not do it. Biden won't do it. These people are fake. They will not do it. So it is wild, guys. It's so wild. It is absolutely insane. It's like, I would give Harris more credit if she would just not be fake, like open, like be a real person and go on an open discussion. How can you not have an open discussion if you're trying to run to be the president of the United States? It does not make sense. It doesn't compute. And I don't know how any normal American person could be dealing with that. It's absolutely insane. Wake the F up, people. Like, holy crap. Just it's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. Coordinated attack on an open discussion from literally probably sources that were not in America, that were probably from other places. So it's absolutely insane. Just shows that we are under attack for our free speech and our minds, guys. It's a coordinated attack. It's an absolute coordinated attack. We've been constantly gaslighted. It is getting out of control. So, yeah. Anyway, I really appreciate you guys. Holy crap, we got this stream up to 24 likes. Yes! Breaking some records. I know it's small numbers for little old Dano Crypto, but you know, we appreciate any support that this channel gets. We have been building this channel from the ground up, and I'm so grateful and glad that you guys have been on this journey with me. It really means a lot, and without you guys tuning in and giving me your thoughts and your opinions and keeping me on my toes, this show would not be a show. So thank you guys very much. I really do appreciate it. And make sure you guys are tuning into these live streams Monday through Friday, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we go on the Moon Show as well. Want to make sure you guys are tuning into the Moon Show on Mondays, and sometimes a random day through the week we go on the Moon Show. So, but our normal day is Monday, and we'll put the link in the description really quick so you guys can tune into that as well. Let me make sure that I get the right link, and let's do that. And we go here. And all right, we're going to copy and paste that right here. And you guys can see the show right here. You go here, and we got normal videos that Carl's been releasing. That is his daily TA videos and little sneak peeks of what he's been doing. I believe they're doing something secret. I don't know what they're doing. They're filming something. I don't know. They're filming something. So we'll have to see what plays out on that. Looks like they're in a yacht, so it's like it's got to be something with the yacht, something with filming. So I don't know. We'll see what's going on with that. But if you want to tune into the lives, we have the Moon Show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and if you're in Dubai, it starts at 5. So, but here is a little sneak peek here. You know, me and Mr. M doing our thing, and stopped my face on a really funny point. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys tuning into these shows, and make sure you're supporting the Moon Show, and make sure you are supporting Mr. M's podcast as well. If you go to type in Mr. M podcast, go and tune into Mr. M's podcast, subscribe to his podcast. I'll put the link in the description as well, or in the chat here. And a lot of really good guests that he has. I mean, he had Peter Schiff and Da Vinci go against each other, gold versus Bitcoin. He's had he's had so many people. He's had so many people. Recently, just 2 days ago, he had Tyrell, the crypto king, talking about meme coins. And yeah, just got a lot of awesome people that you can follow that's in the network and a part of this team. And yeah, really do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. All right, with that being said, God bless every single one of you. Hug your families, hug your kids, hug yourself for staying in the markets during all of the volatility. Because I know, guys, sometimes you feel like you're getting shaken out and you're holding on to the bag and you're like, oh. But I want to be the voice of reason for you guys, and this is why you watch this channel, because we are going to keep you cool, calm, and collected, and we will keep you on the mat in the dojo that is crypto. All right, guys. See you on the next one. Peace. Peace out.